These are football things that were banned because of cheating. Once upon a time, goalkeepers didn't use gloves at all. They didn't even realize that the ball would catch better with them. But everything changed when someone thought of putting glue on the gloves. There were no rules in this regard, and the goalkeepers just smeared their palms with a sticky compound to make the ball stick. The grip was so tight that the goalkeepers caught any punches with one hand. It became almost impossible to score a goal. But the fielders found a way to respond. They started pumping the swords with helium instead of regular air. When you hit a sword like that, it flew like crazy, and the goalkeeper couldn't catch it at all. Phew. I had to ban glue gloves and helium swords in order to somehow bring balance back to the game. But one of the most serious bans happened just a few years ago. These are steel spikes. The football players used 1-inch metal spikes for grip. They were so sharp that it was simply impossible to slip. But if you accidentally hit an opponent with such a spike, it could end fatally.
Did you know what happens to the balls after the end of the match and how many balls are on the field? Before every official match in major European leagues, 16 points are played on the field. They are distributed at special points along the field, and each of them holds 2 balls. There are only 32. A player is allowed to pick up one of them if he scored a hat trick. After the game, the balls are collected, their pressure is checked, then they are cleaned and prepared for the next match. However, some balls are thrown away if they are torn. At the end of the season, they are collected from stadiums and donated to charities or football academies.
You knew what football players do with t-shirts after matches. They give it away, sell it, or just throw it away. When the match is over, several things can happen to the t-shirts the players were wearing. It all depends on the club the player is playing for. Some teams that don't have much money need their uniforms to last as long as possible. In this case, the t-shirts are washed and reused for several matches. On the other hand, clubs with major sponsorship agreements with brands such as Adidas, Nike, or Puma receive new uniforms for each match. In this case, the t-shirt is the property of the player, and he decides what to do with it.
Why do many football players paint their cleats black? In fact, many of them don't buy black cleats, but paint over the logos on their shoes. The real reason is to hide the sponsor's logo. Each player has personal sponsors who pay them a lot of money for advertising. For example, Ronaldo has Nike and Messi has Adidas. When the contract between the brand and the player ends, the player paints over the logo on the cleats in black so as not to advertise them for free. And so he plays until he signs a new agreement with another sponsor.
Did you know why football players raise their hand at every corner kick? They all do that, and you've probably noticed it. Some raise one hand, others both. But why are they doing this? In fact, this is a secret code that began to be used several decades ago. Previously, raising one hand meant that the ball was flying to the first rack, and raising both hands to the second rack. But over time, this code stopped working and was changed because everyone knew where the ball was going to fly. So the teams had to change the commands, and they did it. Each team has its own meaning, which everyone combines and remembers in training. Why doesn't Ronaldo play for Al Nasser anymore? Officially, he missed the last 2 matches due to form problems, but that's not the real reason. Despite being the league's top scorer for 2 seasons in a row, Ronaldo had to watch Neymar win the title last year, and now Benzema has become the champion in Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo's faith in the Al Nasser project has waned. Even Donald Trump said he wants to see Ronaldo at the World Club Championship, which will be held in the United States. Ronaldo now has 3 options. Brazilian club Palmeiras wants to get him. Al Hilal is a serious option for Ronaldo, and there is always the possibility of a last dance with the real world. So what should he choose? Thank you for watching. Write in the comments whether you like the video or not. I will publish a lot of interesting content about football, so subscribe to the channel. Good luck to everyone. Bye-bye.